Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on a huge free title that has dropped recently. And look, I know some of you guys have your opinions on free-to-play games, how you never want to play them, etc., etc. But this is one you should absolutely make an exception for, because I feel like it's rewriting the script as far as how free-to-play games can be done, in the sense of, you know, free-to-play games have a lot of issues with them, at least perceived issues, as far as monetization aspects, as far as how the content is drip-fed to you. And you kind of have to do that with the live service model. I get that. But Where Winds Meet is a legit great game, even if you play it totally solo, even if you play this as an entirely free title for a wide variety of reasons. Want to talk all about it. It's available for free. We're going to primarily cover that game and that game's incredibly successful launch. And after that, we'll highlight another free game that's been incredibly well received. That is, again, free forever. And then a couple demos to round out this video. But let's first talk all about Where Winds Meet. There was certainly a level of interest in this game leading up to its release, and that was building and building. However, there was a healthy level of skepticism as well. I think a lot of people were looking at how this game looked from a visual standpoint, and a lot of the points that were noted as far as some of the aspects of the game. 150 hours of content. You can play the game completely solo. It sounded a bit like a pipe dream. Like, it honestly sounded too good to be true. But ultimately, as Where Winds Meet has dropped, I really do believe it has flipped the script on how good free-to-play games can be from a single-player standpoint. Now, whether this will be a viable way to do free-to-play games in the future, I don't know. And hey, it's a great way to do a free-to-play game for my tastes in gaming. So, you know, this is totally about me, and what do I like in gaming? Well, I like that single-player focused experience. I like focus on world design and exploration and things like that. Generally speaking, I like immersive single-player games. This isn't anything blowaway. You guys know what I like out of my games at this point if you've followed this channel long enough. And Where Winds Meet ticks a lot of those boxes. However, it does it while being a free-to-play game. Now, where is the catch? Where there are microtransactions to this game. However, this game has no pay-to-way elements to it. This game has no time savers, so to speak, that, oh, this game becomes a gigantic grind, and if you want the content in the game, you just gotta do all of this endless grinding that's menial tasks. No, you don't have to do that. The content is all free-to-play. So what are the microtransactions? Well, there's a battle pass that is entirely cosmetic, and then on top of that, there is a bunch of cosmetics that you can buy standalone. Now, some of those microtransactions do get a little bit expensive, and there is the element of how the leveling is done, and you'll have to wait a certain while. And yes, you can look at some of the microtransactions for the cosmetics and be like, oh, some of these are really, really expensive, but it's cosmetics at the end of the day. I feel like for the most part that is, and not really for the most part, entirely, it's inconsequential to how you play the game. And if a couple whales want to support this game, and, you know, and I hate using the term whale, but you get what I'm saying, people with disposable income, if they want to spend a lot of money and buy all the cosmetics, and if that helps facilitate this game being a solid free-to-play experience, by all means, I don't care. If it's all tied to cosmetics, I personally don't care at the end of the day. Maybe some people will be like, oh, this looks really cool, or I could unlock more cosmetics by playing the game, whatever. To me, that's not a big deal, and if you like a free-to-play game enough, I feel like the Battle Pass is what most people will look at buying, and then if you want other egregious cosmetic or perceived egregious cosmetic microtransactions, I, at the end of the day, don't really care about that. Is that a bad way to look at free-to-play games and microtransactions on that end? Maybe, but you know, and maybe, you know, some people that get super into buying things, they can go a little bit crazy and be like, oh, I just ended up spending a lot of money. But to me, like, yes, I did buy cosmetics in League of Legends back in the day, and I spent a lot of money on skins and whatnot, but at this stage of the game, I think I have the wherewithal to be like, yo, I'm here for the gameplay and the game itself. I don't need to get any of those skins, and yes, there are gonna be content updates and whatnot, but if you play this as a single-player game, you can kind of play the game, and then at some point, you'll get your fix of it, and then you can move on. Yeah, you could circle back and play the game at some point, maybe a year down the line, 6 months down the line, as they roll out more content, but that, to me, is a live service style of experience that I can get behind, because I can have my experience with it now, yeah, I'll come back down the line, but it's not like I'm gonna perpetually play Where Winds Meet every week or every month. No, I'm gonna have my fix of it now, and then, depending on the content updates that they do, I'll circle back when there's probably multiple content updates, and we'll see how they do it as far as, our things, how they implement the FOMO aspects of it and everything like that, but that's how I would approach a game like this. I wouldn't be playing it regularly, as in all year round. Rather, I would play it, then I would take a break from it for a while, and then, if there's a dead period in terms of games coming out that I want to play, or I just want to go back into this world, and the Wuxia world is really well done. It's a really, really cool world to explore and how it's designed, and yes, narratively, I'm not going to say it's blow away. The voice acting isn't incredible or anything like that, but I still think from a world design standpoint, it's a gorgeous game. I'll be in the mood for it after a while to go back, but it's not going to be like an MMO style experience where I'm invested into it night over night or week over week. No, I'm going to have my fix of it, move on, and that's how I like to play games. I like games to kind of have an endpoint of be like, all right, ready to close the book on it at least for now, and then I'll come back way down the line. Whereas a lot of other live service games, the whole idea is you are perpetually playing it month over month, week after week, all year long, and I just cannot do that with one game at this stage of the game. So if your taste in games is more in line with mine, in that you like to have your fill of a game, but then you ultimately want to move on after a certain point in time, I feel like you'll really dig Where Winds Meet. And again, it's totally free to play at the very least. The visuals are gorgeous. The gameplay is incredibly stylish. Give it a shot and see how you like it. It's got a very positive reception right now. 9,100 reviews, 81% positive, and I feel like it's pretty well deserved. And I feel like that's a good baseline way to build upon. And some people are down on it, and there is a point in the game where I do feel like it gets more grind heavy, but the initial portion of the game at the very least, like, try that out and see how you like it, see if you get invested into the world, see if you like the design of the game, the combat, and so on and so forth. And yes, I'm not a big fan of games getting too grind heavy, but again, play it, see how you like it. It's free, and it's not egregious with the microtransactions, and I really hope they don't get egregious with it. I don't hope they design the game in a way where there are more microtransactions that are implemented that influence how the game is played, in terms of influencing the grind, in terms of influencing the content, and they said they're not going to do that, so hopefully they do live up to that. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to cover a couple of other things. There's another free game available right now called Z.A.T.O. I Love the World and Everything in It. Overwhelmingly positive reception on this one. 791 reviews, 98% positive. Game's available for free. It's a psychological horror, a visual novel, which we've seen quite a few of these. This one, I really dig the art style. It's a linear visual novel with roughly 7 to 8 hours of playtime. There are no choices. The ending is predetermined. Sit back and enjoy your time in a town that doesn't exist. Seems to be a pretty trippy game, but yeah, available for free. Literally one of the best received games on Steam with a 98% positive reception. Couple of demos to round out the video. There's a demo for a game called Chained Beasts, which has 70 user reviews and 98% positive on that. A 1 to 4 player co-op gladiator roguelite. Fight chaotic battles in the Colosseum while chained to your friends. Brave physical and mental injuries that change how you play. Entertain the bloodthirsty crowd by unleashing your inner beast. Again, 70 reviews on that, 98% positive there. And then Square Enix's Octopath Traveler 0 does have a demo available right now. The full game drops in just 2 weeks, and this is a upgraded release of a mobile game. Start from zero and discover the newest entry in Octopath Traveler series. Experience the story of restoration and retribution over the Divine Rings as an epic saga that unfolds. Now, bear in mind, this isn't Octopath Traveler 0. It is a budget title at $49.99, so keep your expectations in line. But still, a JRPG worthwhile to check out. It has that great HD 2D style and a free demo available on that. But that is going to do it for me. Again, Where Winds Meet, one of the big titles of the year, and it's totally free to play. Have a look at that. It's pulling some numbers right now as far as concurrent player count, 130,000 as I'm recording this video. Z.A.T.O. I Love the World and Everything in It, another free game, psychological horror title there. That has dropped in a visual novel. If you're into that, check that out. And then a couple demos in Chained Beast and Octopath Traveler 0. Those are available now as well. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.